So Mavenir is over a 5-year-old company. So we are focused on enabling the carriers as they migrate from 2G, 3G technologies to the next generation, and we are pretty much purely wireless focused. And today carriers have 80% of their revenue coming from voice and messaging type of services, and we are going to enable the carriers migrate these services onto all IP network as they build their networks to all 4G network. Mm-hmm. So it's an infrastructure company focused on purely wireless business. Carriers, they're investing a lot of money building all IP network, providing all the bandwidth. And if you look at in wireline, what happened was that the companies who built DSL and all internet to home slowly lost their edge in providing other services, because for voice, people had choices, and then all the Yahoos and Googles took most of the benefits of internet being available, and the carriers just became a pipe. So wireless, today is over $1 trillion revenue business, and if carriers just become a pipe, there'll be a big migration of revenue going from carriers to some other service providers. Yeah. So what we are enabling a carrier to do is to be able to compete with all these over-the-top guys, and we are our background is telecom people but with IT savvy. So our platform kind of bridges between what a carrier needs and how does it bridge with the new next generation world, right? So we enable carriers to do VoIP, we enable a carrier to do chat, we enable carriers to interact with Facebook and MySpace and Twitter and everything else. So in a way, what all these new names can do, a carrier can offer. But in addition, what other things which carrier can offer is that it works off the box, it is provided with a customer service, and it also interoperates across different carriers. So what that means is that for a user, it's no different than the way they use the phone today. So they don't have to download a new software, it works as it is, and it's very simple to use the way people use voice calls today. And the benefits are coming because it's all IP all the way to the edge, right? So, and when it's all IP, you could be, doesn't even have to be in this country. I mean, effectively, right? You could be in, outside US and getting your service as if you're in US. Okay. So all the roaming issues and everything else becomes a lot simpler now, because service is being offered by a cloud rather than being offered by a dedicated switch which happens to be in that local market. I mean, for a consumer, if a carrier could offer it right out the box with no numbering change, with no software needed, with nothing to do, not having a Skype ID or assuming that the other person has a Skype ID, it becomes very simple. And people are used to using the phones for the last 100 years, and it all works on a 10-digit number. Now you have an address book, and people are used to just clicking on the address book and making things happen. And it should be as simple as that, and that's what a carrier can do, and that's how they can compete with all the Skypes and those type of companies. So, and this is the first time in wireless history that a handset is smarter than the network. Right? Earlier the network was supposed to be smarter and the handset was dumb. But now what we are enabling is that we are actually going to make network smart, and at least to be able to keep up with the phone. Right? And that's where we're going to differentiate with the existing vendors. So we do compete with the Ericssons and Alcatels and Nokias of the world. But the way I look at it is, they will come out the way Nokia came out in the smartphone world, little too little, I guess a little too little. So what we are offering is a capability that bridges the telecom experience and the IT experience, and we are enabling a carrier to compete better in this new world.